Your fate is written in the heavens. You cannot escape your destiny. Your guiding planet rules your life. It is our privilege to present a celebrated scientist who will explain astrology in its true light.
The moon nodes are the ecliptical points that causes eclipses, the mystical creature in the Vedic system known as Rahu and Ketu, the head and tail of the dragon, the energy spaces that swallow the sun and the moon, our soul body, our consciousness. The precessional orbit of the moon is an 18-year rotational cycle of the lunar ascending and descending nodes on the Earth's ecliptic plane. It is where these entities are known to reside, in a constant 180-degree distance from each other, in their transit and in our birth charts. This is why Rahu and Ketu are respectively called the North and South lunar nodes. Rahu and Ketu are one entity with two projections. They are the forces of transformation. They both work secretly, they both amplify and enhance what they come into contact with. They act as agents of time in the handing out of our accrued karma, Rahu activating and delivering this life's lesson, this life's experience, where it's binding us to the earth and all of its Maya. Ketu is the territory of our soul, that which it has conquered. It is the storage and the record keeper. Time is nothing except the ability of things to change. Time has no qualities of its own. It's the thing that allows transformation to happen. Rahu is time forward, and Ketu is the attachment to the past. Rahu and Ketu came into being at the retrieval of the nectar of immortality, the churning of the world's ocean. Rahu the demon disguised himself so he could partake in and drink from the nectar of immortality to live forever. But he was caught by the sun and the moon, and Vishnu, upon seeing this, punished him and beheaded him, casting him into the sky, separating his head from his body, immortalizing him to be eternally separated. Rahu, the severed head, forever chasing Ketu, the tail, where they seek revenge on the sun and the moon by swallowing them. Rahu, now a demon head, swallowing the sun, and Ketu, his body. Yet they are only two halves and have no containment. Both the sun and the moon pass through to shine once again, representing symbolically the irrepressible nature of the immortal soul of God, and the goodness and truth and temporary nature of darkness. Rahu's mother is Simka, a lioness. Rahu is bold and adventurous and daring. It is the brain center of desire. It is without soul and without heart, the dragging of us headfirst into the superficial world, where we pretend to know what we are doing. Rahu is the relentless head in constant hunger and in search of the material, worldly desire, causing humans to strengthen their grip upon temporary human matters, getting caught in the illusion of our temporary human life, devouring the experience, It is forward-thinking and fascinated, windy, and it relates to the qualities of the mind. Rahu's insatiable craving and appetite is without a body to sustain it. It is the ego without the identity of its true nature, only concerned with the current self of ungrounded thought, fantasy, and phobias. It is our psychological challenges, the place where we have no experience, the place where we have no roots, the place we have come incarnating to master, the purpose of our coming into being, a new incarnation for us to fulfill our purpose, where we are haunted by fear and desire simultaneously. Ketu is the voice of the soul, the liberator. It knows the immortal nature of the soul and the temporary nature of the world. It is a record keeper of knowing. It desires enlightenment and liberation, and that's why it seeks in the shattering of illusions, removing the obstacles that distract our soul, loosening the grip of delusion, and putting the realization of the true self above everything else. Ketu has and sees visions. It is the knowing. Ketu is secretive and Rahu is confrontive. Ketu is going down and going to the core of the truth. Rahu is going outward and seeking the truth by trying to change the world experience by externalizing it. Rahu and Ketu are willful. They are willpower and detachment. They contain a great force in order to make change. Without force, we can't change. Rahu is filled with the ambitions, hungry to consume. Ketu has no mouth and therefore no appetite. Ketu is not simply detachment. It is the detachment of the external. Ketu is attached to the self and detached from frivolities. Those with spirituality have a passion, and the attachment is seen through Ketu. Ketu is the signal without the receiver, the body without the head, our urges without sense, the emotion without logic, our history and imprints of memory stored. Ketu is the scar and the calluses. It's the researching and results, the accumulation of karmas occurring within it. It's our soul and our guts that contain information from the past, informing us the area we've mastered before, bringing in our gifts and our talents. It is the part of us that leans on our past efforts and habits, a place where we can be very fixed, digging our heels, where our defenses are high and where we tend to retreat. Ketu knows things and he sees beyond our physical eyes. It allows us to perceive intuitively, to explore the more obscured view, understanding the wisdom and the secrets of nature. Rahu and Ketu are both outcasts. They're the misfits that function outside of society. They are eccentric. Ketu hides his movements, and Rahu is the guy who distracts you. Rahu is the gravity, and Ketu is the anti-gravity. Rahu's magnetism and materialism, and Ketu is liberation and unconditional surrender. Big dreams are coming from Rahu, and Ketu is the one who gives doubt. Rahu and Ketu are both radical. Rahu is left and Ketu is conservative. They both amplify everything. Rahu and Ketu are both smoky planets, and smoke is a byproduct of fire, just as shadow is the obscuration of light. Both are the nature of Rahu and Ketu. They bring us to new levels of consciousness, awakening our awareness and our potential. The goal for us is to unite them, to make them whole again by bringing them together. Rahu and Ketu are agents of change. Time only exists once we are born, and then we are subject to the focus and forces of Rahu and Ketu. We are in a constant state of illusion of what time is, that the future and the past exist. When we think the future exists, we are in a stage of worry, anxiety, and what's going to happen next. There is no time, there is only consciousness, and consciousness is free from time. It's beyond time. Consciousness uses energy of time to have the experience. Only karmic fruits are limited to time, and this time is not an illusion. The nodes of the moon are our consciousness. The past is Ketu, and Rahu the dragon drags us now into our human material plane of experience. It appears as darkness, but it's truly divining light in disguise, peeking past the shadow, a costume by which it performs its duty in divine function. Rahu, the activator of our karma, is moving us forward, and Ketu binds us to the past. Saturn is a realtor of time, but not a changer of time. He is the limitation of time. All planets are time tellers, but the nodes are the changers of our experience. The Earth is like an electromagnetic battery, and the conscious celestial bodies are the hands of time, telling our tale and unfolding our experience on planet Earth. Sage Maitreya says, time is nothing except the ability of things to change. Time has no qualities. It's the thing that allows transformation to happen. Rahu is the punks and Ketu is the misfits. Rahu and Ketu are both Brahmana. They are the thinkers, the mystics, and they are anarchists. They are the outcasts and they are not controlled by anyone. They rule themselves. Eclipses are the markers of change, the point of intersection where the paths of the sun and the moon move on the celestial sphere, is where eclipses occur when the sun and the moon are at one of these points, giving rise to the understanding of the swallowing of the sun and the moon by a snake. The sun is our soul, our stability, consistency. It's electric, it's masculine, hot, and it's dry. It's life-giving and it's electric. The moon is our consciousness, our perception. It's feminine and magnetic. It's moist and wet. It's our ability to change, our movement, flexibility, to adjust, and is negatively charged. Rahu and Ketu's electromagnetic field is so powerful that it causes interference, a void of concealment of light, the absence of light, causing an electromagnetic field interference and the electromagnetic force and tension that animates the ether and serves as a medium to manifest and shift consciousness on the plane as the nodes intercept and swallow the sun and moon, creating the eclipse. All living things have a magnetic field, and the nodes of the moon intercept these frequencies during an eclipse, where our field becomes intercepted and influenced, creating the absence of light, where there is an opening to a new field of awareness not normally available to us. The nodes are the forces and the friction in opposition to the force between the masses of the sun and the moon. It is in this realm it functions much like a positive and negative poles on a battery. In the Eastern tradition, are taught that we should not look at the moon or the sun during their eclipses. But this doesn't mean that we should have fear of them. They're just markers of time and markers of shifts in consciousness, bringing in new lessons for us to meet, helping us to collectively reach our destiny, one person at a time. This is the beginning of our journey together as we explore Rahu and Ketu, and we'll continue on this path, examining Rahu and Ketu through the houses and through the signs to see how they're helping to unfold our destiny and how we can better work to unison them once again.